101 random facts that will blow your mind. Are you ready? Number 1. The most effective hunter, with a 95% success rate, is the dragonfly. This is because the dragonfly optic nerve connects directly to the wing, so it is able to react incredibly quickly before the prey animal realizes it's been targeted. Number 2. A second is called a second because it is the second division of the hour by 60, the first division being a minute. Number 3. Sounds from far away seem louder when it's going to rain because sound travels through water. So, say there's a train a mile from your house that you can only hear sometimes. It's because of the water content in the air. Number 4. The Himalayas grows about in centimeter or 0.394 inch a year because it is situated over rising tectonic plates. Number 5. When hummingbirds sleep, they slow down their hearts so much that they are almost dead. Number 6. There's monkeys in Indonesia that adapted to the modern world for their own benefit by running a ransom market at the expense of tourists. They steal phones, purses, video cameras, anything that they realize has value, and refuse to give them back unless they're given a cracker. Number 7. Army ants will create balls during high water floods. The ball will roll, allowing every ant to get a breath. Number 8. Squids have donut-shaped brains that go around their throat. Therefore, if a squid swallows a piece of food too big for it, it can compress their brain and potentially cause brain damage or death. Number 9. Chocolate, or to be exact, cocoa beans, is actually a poison. Hence why dogs, cats, birds, basically any animal that eats it dies. To them, it's the same as cyanide, derived from almonds, which we also eat. Number 10. The cracking sound a bullwhip makes when properly wielded is in fact a small sonic boom. The end of the whip, known as the cracker, moves faster than the speed of sound, thus creating a sonic boom. The whip is probably the first human invention to break the sound barrier. Number 11. The last day that all humans were living on the Earth together was November 2nd, 2000. Since then, there has always been someone living aboard the International Space Station. Number 12. Dogs can tell time by smell. They can smell different times of the day and how long their owner has been gone by how much their smell has dissipated since they left. We know a dog's sense of smell is incredible. Canine noses have more than 200 million smell receptors, compared with a human's paltry 5 million. This allows them, when properly trained, to sniff out everything from homemade explosives to illegal items being brought across borders to even electronic devices hidden by sex. Number 13. When you can sense that something is spicy on your palate is not a taste, it is a sensation of pain. Number 14. The main reason soccer balls were first black and white was so that it could appear on black and white television more clearly. Number 15. The chemical compound which is used to make fake banana flavor is the same compound honeybees use as an alarm pheromone. So never eat banana sweets near a beehive, and if you suddenly smell banana near a beehive, run! Number 16. Vultures urinate on their legs and feet to cool off on hot days, a process called urohydrosis. Their urine also helps kill any bacteria or parasites they've picked up from walking through carcasses or perching on dead animals. Number 17. 12 people have been to the moon while only 3 people have been to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. Number 18. Penguins have a gland above their eye that converts salt water into fresh water. Number 19. Jupiter is so big that it doesn't actually orbit the sun. The sun and Jupiter orbit round each other like a binary star system. The center of gravity for them is at a point just above the sun's surface, instead of being inside the sun. Number 20. Sloths are literally too lazy to go looking for a mate, so a female sloth will often sit in a tree and scream until a male hears her and decides to mate with her. Number 21. Bees actually have 5 eyes in total. 2 complex like a fly's and 3 simple eyes like a spider. Number 22. Iguanas have a 3rd, rudimentary eye on top of their heads that can sense changes in light. It's probably to be aware of predators above them. Number 23. There is a plant native to Australia called the Gympie gympie, also nicknamed the suicide plant. Its heart-shaped leaves are covered in fur-like, fluffy-looking, poisonous trichomes that will lodge into your skin upon touch and cause intense, lasting pain. The trichomes contain a neurotoxin that can remain for up to a year in your skin. It's not even safe to breathe the air around these plants due to the shed hairs that are suspended in the air around them. It's probably the most intensely painful plant sting you can get, and there's not really a cure. You just have to wait up to a year until the pain subsides. Number 23. There's a species of jellyfish called Turritopsis dohrnii, which is theoretically biologically immortal. Once mature, if it gets under some kind of stress or threat, it can revert back to the younger polyp stage by a process called transdifferentiation, which alters its cells. It could potentially do this infinitely and only really dies because of illness or attack. Because of this, they're quite a big target for pharmaceutical research. Number 24. Squirrels can actually die from pure stress. When squirrels get dangerously stressed, they will retreat to a location they believe is safe, freeze completely, and wait for several hours, or even over 24 hours, until their stress levels normalize. This is an instinctive behavior, sometimes called sitting high, because they usually go somewhere high up. Number 25. Flatfish larvae hatch with their eyes on both sides of their heads, just like all other fish. As they start growing, one eye will migrate through their skulls. From a fishing perspective, this might explain why they're not the sharpest crayons on the block, to join the other eye on the other side. Depending on the species, some kinds are all right-eyed, some left-eyed, and halibut, for example, can be both. Number 26. Elephants can detect water underground. They will use their tusks, feet, and trunks to dig it out. Other animals are aware and will sit nearby waiting for their turn at the water spot. Number 27. Moths experience love at first whiff. The female moths release species-specific pheromones that act as a signal. When a male moth catches a whiff of a female moth, he'll travel miles to find her based off her scent alone. Number 28. Dogs do love us just as much as we love them. Scientists studied their brainwaves and they showed a significant difference between being shown the image of a stranger and the image of their owner. Furthermore, the pleasure center of their brain shows more activity with humans than it does with other dogs. Number 29. Domestic kittens need to remain with their mother for 4 months because they need education. They'll live more than 20 years, but only if you give them proper, expensive food and you don't let them roam the streets. Number 30. A kangaroo will mate again 1 to 3 days after giving birth. The newborn will latch onto a teat in the pouch, and as long as it thrives, the kangaroo can put its newly fertilized embryo in a state of dormancy and have a backup baby ready to go. If the newborn grows out of the pouch or dies, the kangaroo's hormones will send signals to start the development of the egg, so they can have an adolescent joey, a nursing one, and one in stasis all at the same time. Number 31. The insect with the longest lifespan is the termite queen, which is known to live at least 50 years, which is crazy for an insect, but it is thought by some estimates that they can live up to 100 years, which would be even crazier. Number 32. During the Australian wildfires, wombats started extending their burrows to other animals in need, even including birds and reptiles, and had different rooms set up for each species to stay safe, and even started digging their entryways bigger for bigger animals like sheep. Number 33. Newborn bat rays and other types of stingrays are born with their fins wrapped around them like a burrito. Number 34. Every once in a while, a penguin will turn away from its colony and start heading for the interior of the continent, Antarctica. Away from the food, the water, the safety of the colony. Off alone towards certain death, almost like zombies. In the past, scientists would try to stop them, or take them back to the colony, at which point, they'd simply turn around and begin their journey again, in the same direction, toward the same end. Some would even get violent if they were met with intervention. Number 35. When a herd of antelopes is being chased by a predator, random antelopes will hop up high above the grass, even though running in the ground is faster. The idea is that the predator will pursue the ones it sees, and if random ones hop enough, the predator will spend more time trying to pick a target and expending energy. This allows the herd to escape, even though it is riskier for the individual. Number 36. Dogs fake sneeze while playing, so you know they're just having fun. Number 37. Every element heavier than lithium had to be created in the core of a star. Every element heavier than iron had to be created by a supernova. Number 38. A female turkey can lay an egg that doesn't need to be fertilized by a male turkey, and the baby that hatches will always be a male. Number 39. Grizzly bears in Yellowstone eat around 300,000 moths a month, and it accounts for 1/3 of their calorie intake. Number 40. In 1895, the entire state of Ohio had only 2 cars, but both cars managed to still smash into each other. Number 41. Abraham Lincoln's son, Robert Todd Lincoln, was present at 3 different presidential assassinations. After McKinley, he decided not to accept any more invitations. Number 42. The use of fingerprinting can be traced back to China in the 700s for identification. It wasn't used for forensics until the 1800s. Number 43. The woolly mammoth had still roamed when the pyramids were built. Number 44. When you are starving and have little body fat left, your body can grow almost fur-like hair to insulate itself in absence of fat. Number 45. Common pigeons you see in cities and towns, Columba livia, are able to see in ultraviolet, can tell the difference between different artistic and musical genres, can be trained to recognize cancer on scans and images, and when done so, in a group had a higher accuracy than human experts. Pretty amazing, right? Number 47. Oregon has the largest living organism in the world. It's a Armillaria solidipes network, or honey fungus, and covers 2,384 acres. Number 48. A standard horse usually has more than 1 horsepower. It is around 24 horsepower. Number 49. The energy stored in all the oil and gas in the earth is the equivalent of just 8.5 days' worth of sunlight hitting the surface of the planet. Number 50. Ball pythons in the wild have a symbiotic relationship with termites. They live in the termite mounds and eat the mice that are trying to eat the termites. The snakes get food and shelter, and the termites don't get eaten as much. Number 51. A starfish is able to fully regenerate from a single limb. Number 52. Volcano snails don't have to eat. They have symbiotic bacteria inside them that provide them with energy. Number 53. 63 Earths can fit inside Uranus. Number 54. The passenger pigeon was once the most abundant bird species in North America, and possibly the world, with an estimated population of 3 to 5 billion. However, it went extinct in the wild in early 1900, predominantly due to hunting and habitat loss, with the last known captive passenger pigeon, Martha, dying on September 1st, 1914. Number 55. All humans share 99.9% of the same DNA. The 0.1% is what makes us different. Number 56. New York Harbor used to have trillions of oysters. Number 57. Vultures don't have a syrinx or voice box. That means they can't vocalize except grunts and hisses. However, despite this, they are highly intelligent and social birds who have complex family and social systems. They're also incredibly important for getting rid of death and decay, and are totally immune to things like rabies, botulism, and other dangerous viruses, bacteria. Their stomach acid is so acidic, they can eat pathogens and pass them through their system totally harmless. Number 58. The U.S. military, through much trial and effort, has determined a minimum intelligence level required to comprehend and perform the most basic tasks through boot camp, like folding your clothes neatly, paying attention to fold points and creases, and storing them neatly in your locker, how to lace your shoes, how to assemble a rifle, etc. And 10% of the U.S. population fails to meet this minimum level. Number 59. Experiments suggest that subconscious parts of our brain start sending signals to perform actions well before the conscious part of our brain makes the decision to do it. Sometimes it's a few microseconds earlier, sometimes it can be minutes, depending on what's being done and what prep is needed. Number 60. Magnolia trees are so old, they are older than most pollinators, bees, birds, etc., so they spread their pollen instead by beetle. Number 61. The tip of the shoelace is called an aglet. Number 62. Trees can communicate with each other through mycelium in the earth, much like the trees on Pandora in Avatar, but much, much slower. They can warn each other of nearby dangers, which also can make them release chemicals in the air as warning. Number 63. This is seen in particular in acacia trees are able to communicate and warn of nearby dangers to other acacia trees. If a giraffe is hungry and finds a grove of acacia trees, it will usually start at the tree that is most downwind in order to maximize the amount of time it has before its dinner becomes toxic. So you'll see giraffes slowly move upward as they eat, because the trees become toxic, and try to communicate to the other trees, but can't because of the wind direction. Number 64. There are types of nightshade thought to have toxic fruit that are perfectly edible when ripe, like Solanum nigrum. And most nightshades, including commonly cultivated ones, are toxic when unripe, like tomatoes, or any type of husk tomato. Number 66. It's not the climate change alone that's dangerous to humanity. Climate has changed multiple times in history, even worse than it's now, to be honest. The issue is the pace at which it happens. If it happens within a few hundred or thousand years, ecosystems can adapt. Right now, we are climate changing at accelerated speed and cause changes that'd usually happen over millennia. Number 67. Koalas are known as one of the most unintelligent animals on the planet, with the smallest brain-to-body ratio. The only reason they exist is because they have no competition. They eat eucalyptus leaves, which are poisonous and have little to no nutritional value. Number 68. Fennec foxes have massive ears so they can redirect the heat towards them. Number 69. There's a theory that explains why humans are universally attracted to shiny things. It's because we are hardwired to seek out water, and the sun dappling on water is, of course, shiny. Number 70. Cat uteruses are bifurcated, which means it's technically possible for a cat to be pregnant with 2 different litters from 2 different fathers at the same time. Number 71. Prion diseases are uncurable. They can stay dormant for many years in soil and can't be disinfected. If you come in physical contact with one, You are advised to wash your skin with 10% bleach for 3 to 4 minutes. It usually kills victims within 2 years of contraction. Number 72. The International Space Station is the third brightest object in the sky after the Sun and the Moon. Number 73. The average distance between asteroids in the asteroid belt is twice the distance between the Earth and Moon. You could fly through the asteroid belt while texting or even taking a nap without fear of hitting anything. Number 74. At light speed, it would take around 4 years to reach our closest star, Alpha Centauri. Number 75. A single cow produces 24,000 pounds of milk a year. Number 76. When astronauts fly to the moon and they do the TLI burn, they don't accelerate enough to actually get to the moon, just enough to get to the point where the moon's gravitational influence is stronger than the Earth's. Number 77. During the Black Death, incoming ships were forced to wait for 40 days to prevent possible infection. The Italian word for 40, quaranta, is where we get the word quarantine. Number 78. We live in a veritable golden age for having the best North Star possible. Polaris is very close to true north, but over time, due to the wobble of the Earth's axis, it will slip away, and eventually Vega will become our North Star, as it was back in ancient Egyptian times. Number 79. The Sun accounts for 99.86% of the total mass in our solar system. Number 80. There is also a planet that is practically a flaming ball of ice. It is so close to its star that its atmosphere is constantly on fire, and the planet's gravity is so strong that the surface is ice because any water or vapor is compressed into its solid state from the pressure. Number 81. The gap between Stegosaurus and T-Rex is bigger than the gap between T-Rex and now. Number 83. Space has a smell. Different astronauts have described it as smelling like gunpowder, burnt almond cookies, pleasantly metallic, welding, and even steak. However, the majority of the universe will probably smell like rotten eggs due to the amount of ammonia and sulfur. Number 84. Martin Luther King Jr. and Anne Frank were born 6 months apart. Most people picture them as being from 2 different eras. Number 85. There is a fungus, cordyceps, that can actually brain control insects, forcing them to move to a higher location where they will eventually die and release more cordyceps spores. Number 86. One reason that crows and ravens are associated with death is because they would often follow armies as they marched to battle. Being both carrion birds and extremely intelligent, they realized that a large group of armed men marching on one direction meant that there would be a tasty meal of corpses to eat soon afterwards. Number 87. Your brain can play tricks on you to make you see monsters in the mirror, called the Troxler effect. The Troxler effect is an optical illusion that affects how you perceive things, both visually and mentally. Number 90. It is known that the venom on pufferfish does an opposite effect on dolphins. Instead of poisoning the dolphin, it actually makes them high, which then turns into the pufferfish being passed like a ball to other dolphins. Number 91. The giant squid's brain is a torus shape, and its esophagus runs through it. If the squid eats anything too big, it will suffer massive brain damage. Number 92. Most people smell differently when they're awake. Number 93. Female mummies in ancient Egypt were always more decomposed than their male counterparts. They discovered that this was because male bodies were embalmed a lot sooner than female bodies. Female bodies were kept at the family home until they started to decompose in order to avoid necrophilia at the embalmers. Number 94. At any one time, there are upwards of 300 active serial killers in the world. Number 95. There's a parasite that enters a fish's mouth, eats the tongue, and replaces itself as the fish's new tongue. Number 96. According to Abe Lincoln's bodyguard Crook, he said Lincoln had a dream about his own assassination 3 nights in a row before he was killed. Crook told Lincoln not to go on that fateful night, and all Lincoln said was, "Goodbye, Crook," before he went to the play. Number 97. A black mamba is the fastest snake which can slither at a speed of 12.5 miles an hour. They have neurotoxins which are fast-acting. The venom shuts down the nervous system and paralyzes the victim. Its venom is able to kill 10 people and it repeatedly bites. To add on to this, there is an almost 100% kill rate and can kill in 20 minutes. Number 98. Hearing is the last thing to go after you die. You just might hear the paramedics and firefighters call off CPR. Number 99. The stonefish. An incredibly venomous fish living in tropical waters, mostly off the coast of Australia and parts of US, can cause pain that only escalates with time. Number 100. In the Czech Republic, there is a church called the Sedlec Ossuary that has decorations made entirely of human bones. Number 101. You know that smell when it rains. It's called petrichor.